Hey, it's May here. At the end of December, I like to look back on the year and reflect on what I've learned. It's my way of extracting the lessons from the past so I can incorporate them as I move forward into the new year. Do you do that too? Well, as I looked back on this year, the first things that came to my mind were really revealing. For example, things like, I'm not thinking big enough. I need to be way more ambitious. Or, I'm not delegating as much as I could. I must start relying more on the team. And then I was thinking, I'm not setting aside enough time to read and learn and think. I am too busy doing. Well, these thoughts were all about the negatives and disappointments, things in the must do better category. And I have to say, it wasn't energizing. I didn't even think about the achievements until one of my team members suggested that we'd actually had quite a few this year. It's like those situations where you get a ton of praise for your presentation or your project, but then you focus on the one negative comment. At first, I had a really hard time recalling more than one or maybe two recent achievements. So then I pulled out my calendar and started going through it. And only then did I remember the positives, especially from the beginning of the year. For example, creating a virtual event in January that we're on the way to tripling in size in the new year, and pulling off a big live event in London in the spring. And then there was facilitating the panel at a global conference in Paris over the summer. And these were definitely energizing to think about and celebrate. When it comes to remembering the positives, it doesn't have to stop at just your work. In fact, it's equally important to look at the other areas of your life, maybe even more important. In my case, it was working on my mental game, especially changing my money mindset. This was huge. Achieving 2 personal bests at my CrossFit gym and visiting my parents more than 10 times this year. The fact that someone had to remind me to focus on the positives was a revelation. The funny thing is, I'm seen as a positive person, and I even think of myself that way. Yet, focusing on where I don't measure up is how I've driven myself all these years. So while looking at my gaps has been my recipe for success in the past, it's come at a cost. And now I see that it's slowing me down and getting in the way. So it is time to make a change and focus on the positive achievements. Now let's talk about you. This is a great time to list out all your achievements for the year that's just gone by, and then wrap a bow around it so you can look forward to the next year. And if you're like me and you tend to focus on the negatives, then it's time to extract the lessons from your disappointments and put a bow around those too. When you've made both lists and wrapped the proverbial bow around them, you can put them on the shelf and look forward to the new year. So, which of your achievements from the year are most energizing to you? Leave a comment and let me know so we can celebrate together and then look forward to the year ahead. If you're watching this from anywhere other than my blog, head on over to maybusch.com/blog, and I look forward to welcoming you there.